Hey, this is Horner. We're going to look at the scientific method, and we're going to use Weego the dog to help us. So this is my dog Weego, and he does some pretty amazing things. The steps in the scientific method, there are 5 of them. They're pretty easy to do. The first thing you do is you identify a problem and ask a question. The next thing we need to do is form a hypothesis. We'll create and perform an experiment. We'll analyze the results and draw a conclusion, and then finally we'll communicate those results. So let's do that with Weego the dog. Here is our problem and our question. We want to know, will Weego the dog, so here's Weego the dog, do a trick called a rollover without getting a Fruit Loop treat. It's his favorite trick to do. But he loves to get a treat afterwards, and that's usually a Fruit Loop. So here's our hypothesis. Our hypothesis is basically just a best guess as to what will happen. So my hypothesis is that Weego the dog will not do a rollover without a treat. So we're going to try this. In order to try it, we need to design an experiment. So we'll create the experiment, and then we'll perform it, and I'll show you kind of how it goes. So the first part of this experiment, I'm going to test and see if Weego will do a rollover, both first with a treat, and we'll repeat it just to make sure that it's not a fluke, and then we'll do it again without a treat. And if he doesn't do it without a treat, we'll do it one more time without a treat just to make sure that that's kind of what's happening. So let's go ahead and go on to the video and see what happens.
Hey there, it's Horner, and I have with me today my dog. Come here, boy. Come on. His name is Weego. This is Weego the dog. Say hi. Can you wave? Good boy. Okay, so here is our, here's what we're going to do for our experiment. We want to test our hypothesis. Remember, our hypothesis is, will Weego the dog do a rollover if I don't have a treat? So before we do this, we're going to do a control. We're going to go ahead and we're going to have him do a rollover for a treat. So we'll do that first. So here we go. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do is he's sitting still. He's ready to go. You can tell he's begging. And we're going to ask him to do a trick, and I have a treat. So pretty sure he's going to do it for the treat. Ready? We go sit. Ready? Roll over. Roll over. Good boy. Okay, so just to make sure, we'll do it one more time. Okay, ready? Ready, sit. Roll over. Good boy. There you go. Okay, so now this time I'm going to do the trick, but this time I'm not going to offer him any treats. So look. No treat. Hey, we go sit. Okay, ready? Roll over. Oh, he did it without a treat. So there's our answer to the question. Now, I think what we need to do is do it one more time. Hey, we go sit. Okay, ready? 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 Roll over. Oh, good boy. That's a good boy. So he does do it without a treat, which is kind of cool.
Now that we've completed our experiment, we get to analyze our results, and we're going to draw a conclusion from those. The question was, will Weego do a rollover, both with a treat, but more importantly, we want to know if he'll do one without a treat. And here's our data table that we created. We know we did it twice for both cases, where we did it with a treat and without, and we noticed that with a treat, he did do the rollover, and then even without a treat, he still was able to do that rollover. Our conclusion here would be my hypothesis was incorrect. My data did show that Weego will indeed do a rollover without a Fruit Loop treat. And because he did it without the Fruit Loop, then we know that my hypothesis was incorrect. The very last step in the scientific method here is to communicate our results. And so I just said I would create a presentation and a video to communicate my results, which I have done, and you have just been able to view. Hope you enjoyed the scientific method with Weego the dog.